A very big aloha. I'm Reverend Cindy Paulos, and I want to talk about a subject that goes very deep and has its roots in that thought that comes up when you do the Zen statement only don't know. Now, that you might want to specify when you're going into only don't know that you're talking about your judgments mostly. Because there's a lot of things that you have to take away from your judgments because you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, behind the idea, behind what you may not know when you judge. And if we don't know, then there puts us in a place of this beautiful, it puts us in this place of innocence, the innocence of a child, the beauty of a child that doesn't judge, that doesn't know. And it's amazing how children get taken care of, hopefully, most of the time. And yet they're able to really get by without, they're young, they can't talk, but they're able to communicate with their energy and their eyes and their very being, the love that they have and what they're seeing. It's pretty amazing if you watch a child, how they are able to do nonverbal communication, and you learn a lot without hearing the words that go behind it. Now, we can learn a lot about just being here now by just being 100% present. Can you be 100% present? Now, if you've done any long meditations that have gone on for days, maybe weeks, you realize what comes up in the mind. Just because you're quiet and sitting in silent meditation, it doesn't mean the mind isn't still going on. In fact, you become much more aware of what the mind is doing and the thoughts and the subtle thoughts and the thoughts behind the thoughts and where those thoughts came from when you are in the silence. You also learn not to get caught, not to get caught in those thoughts. Or in other words, don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Just go back into the silence and go back and direct your attention within. Now, as you do this, and I'm sure many of you here have, you will learn a lot about yourself. You'll learn a lot about your thought processes. You'll learn a lot about your judgments because you'll go through all that, the things that need to be cleared out. Now, we know before we go to sleep, a lot of times we just do a reflection on our day. And it's interesting how that can clear away a lot of stuff. And then you don't have to go through as much when you're sleeping. But you still will, because there's so much that goes on in the course of a day. And then you go to sleep and it's like, wow, all of that is getting cleared, in your dreams. But sometimes the dream's so strong, they take you down another rabbit hole, right? And they make you wonder. It's like, whoa, what was going on with that dream? It's like, wow. It's in a pretty, what, we are pretty amazing beings, aren't we? I just never cease to be amazed at the power of what is going on in our energy field, in our bodies, in our minds, in our deep, deep, deep subconscious and unconscious and super consciousness. There's so many energy fields going on at one time and just being. Now, of course, this is why meditation is very, very valuable. And it's always good when you go back and you sit in meditation and you have a chance to clear your mind. One of my favorite statements was by my Zen teacher, and he said, breath sweeps mind. So you breathe, right? And it's interesting. Sometimes you'll catch yourself stuck in certain breath patterns or not even barely breathing at all. And as you breathe, you do sweep your mind. It's amazing how your breath can sweep your mind, and it can clear out some of the mistaken thoughts and judgments and things that might have been dwelling in your being. Now, there are times you'll get stuck on a subject or something happening in your life, and it'll just be there and be there and be there, and it's begging to be dealt with. It's begging to be seen. It's begging to be released, right? It's like, wow, okay, so maybe you will dream about it. But what's important is you know that you can always go back into your meditation and sit and be with whatever is there inside your mind. And you do this knowing that you don't know. Now, isn't that a great gift? Now, in that state of meditation, by accepting that there's so much that goes far beyond our knowledge, that we really can't make any judgments. I mean, I think this is reflected outwards because the more you go in, the more you start to discover going out. And I think more and more of us are going deeper and deeper within, and you will see that there's more and more and more being discovered in the universe. Things that we thought were the way they are turning out to be not that way, but something else. Planets that they're going into and getting a chance to see more clearly now are nothing like what they assumed they were going to be. Some of them are amazing, just absolutely mind blowing. And we thought there was nothing on that planet, right? So we are going to continue to do our inner exploration, and we will continue to see the universe's exploration. And I think there is some deep connection between that deep, deep, deep inner self and what we're discovering in the universe and beyond. We live in fascinating times. We live in amazing times. And what's happening, as you well know, with AI, there's more and more and more so-called answers that you can get to questions. But AI doesn't give you the ability to experience your soul. AI hasn't delved into those realms of consciousness you go into when you go into meditation. So there's going to be this interesting thing that happens with our evolution as more and more people don't necessarily go within to find answers, but go find look for their answers in AI. But there's nothing that takes the place of doing the inner exploration and see how deep you can go right there inside yourself. It's an amazing journey. It's a fascinating journey. I have been doing this journey since I've been 13 years old, and I'm much, much, much older than that now. And I still, I'm still doing the same exploration and learning so much that I didn't realize. So it's a very long journey as you do this inner vision, this inner trip, this chance to explore what's really going on. But what a wonderful way to expand your consciousness by being able to clear out what's there in your mind that might need clearing. We all have things we go through that cause situations that we have to deal with in life. That's what it's about. We all have lessons. We all have lessons we have to learn. We all have so much going on inside that it's a daily process for me. I don't know about you, but I recommend everyone do this journey inside. Of course, you will be doing that journey every night when you go to sleep anyway, but this is a little different, right? There is a difference between what happens when you're asleep versus what happens when you're meditating. Now, when you're meditating, you are conscious, right? You're aware of what's happening inside, and you do have the chance and the opportunity to explore and direct and call upon that light to always come back to your center. Now, how great is that gift, right? How great is that gift? But you've got to love it. You've got to love, love, love the process. You've got to love what's there inside. You've got to be courageous. You've got to be an explorer. You have to be able to go into the depths within your whole being and beyond, right? To be able to do this journey. And if you ever have done a silent meditation that has gone on for a day or two or three, you know what I'm talking about, how everything comes up. But even if you haven't, your daily meditation is going to bring up some fascinating things. And if you have an open mind, if you are aware and have an open mind, then there's even more that can be discovered on this amazing journey of self-discovery. It's a beautiful, long, long trip we're on, my friends. And it goes on and on and on. But it's very good to understand how to be fearless and to learn that acceptance of understanding who you are. Now, I find a process I do, and I've been doing ever since I started at 13, is I meditate. And now I'm meditating about an hour a day. It depends on the day, but most of the times an hour. Sometimes it's a guided meditation. Sometimes it's absolute silence. Now, the silent meditations, as you might have found, are sometimes more challenging than the guided meditations. Because the silent meditation is allowing your mind to do what it is exploring and what it's really going through, right? So you have to be able to sit with that mind, that inner self, as it speaks and it actually sometimes exposes itself to you. And it will. It will. And it's an amazing opportunity to see what's happening there inside. So I recommend just sitting in silence. I recommend being able to be the objective observer that does not judge, that does not place limitations on what the observations are, but knows how to just allow yourself to be. And if your mind starts going on a little side journey, just breathe through it and bring it back. And then just observe. Just breathe. Let's allow ourselves to do a little inner journey. Just breathing, being here now. Allow that openness you experience as you breathe to be present. Breathing deeply in, holding your breath at the top. Breathing out, letting everything go. Breathing in, expanding that whole consciousness as you just breathe out, let everything go. Being here now. And just allow yourself to sit now, to be present. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the body slowing down. Feel the mind enjoying that silence within. Who's in control? Let that highest source of all beingness be with you. Feel that love. Ah, absorb that beautiful healing energy throughout your entire body. Breathing in, breathing out. Allow your mind to be expanded. Ah, more and more space to just be. And slowly, slowly, slowly come back, come back, come back into your body, into your mind, into your whole beingness, and feel your body and let that energy of where you've been be present here now. Ah, and give thanks for that precious, precious energy that is with you always. Right there. It never leaves. It's your presence is always present. And we are so grateful for that love that holds the presence of all beingness. I thank you. I thank you oh so deeply for this time together and allowing yourself to just be.